Morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. How are we all? Good morning, Alexandra and Eric. Let's see who we have joining us this morning. Good morning, Alex and Krista. Good morning, Mason. Good morning, Saif and Nur. How are you? Good morning, Leo and Jamie. Nice to see you watching. Good morning, Elias. You're probably all wondering, oh, there's something a little bit different about Miss Lopez. What's a little bit different about Miss Lopez? Yes, I washed my hair. Today I've got curly hair because I've washed it. And I think I might leave it curly from now on. Good morning, Samantha. Good morning, Alex. Good morning, everybody. So lovely to see so many of you joining us this morning. Let's see, let's wait for a few more people and then we'll begin for today. Ah, thank you, Leo. That's lovely. I hope so. It's a little bit messy, but it's good. I've washed my hair and it's nice and healthy. Probably end up putting it up by the end of story time. I always put it up. Oh, it seems very quiet this morning, but it's very sunny. I hope everyone can have a little bit of time outside, whether it's on your balcony, in the garden, or just outside your house today. Okay, so if yesterday was, I keep forgetting what day it was. If yesterday was Wednesday, today is Thursday. Well done, fantastic. Maybe we should go through the days of the week. Should we go through the days of the week together? Let me see if you know them. Are you ready? All together. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Fantastic. So yesterday was Wednesday and today is Thursday. That must mean tomorrow is Friday. Fantastic. And not just any Friday, it's Fun Friday, every Friday. Good morning, Gabriel. Good morning, Alex. Nice to see you all here joining us for story time. Good morning, Noah, if you're watching. Good morning, Romy, if you're watching. It's so lovely that you're watching. And good morning, all the children who are watching. Okay. Right, and I'll repeat this at the end just in case people join us halfway through. But yesterday with the big children at 11 o'clock, we decided that tomorrow we are going to do story time and we would like to have a pajama day tomorrow, okay? So lots of you maybe are watching this in your pajamas already and that's absolutely fine. But if you are not and you don't usually, maybe tomorrow you can get changed into it can be a clean pajama. You can get changed and you can wear your pajamas for story time. How cool. We can pretend it's like evening story time, but then you don't go back to sleep. You stay awake, okay? Okay, let's go for our first book. So our first book this morning is called The Biggest, Baddest Wolf. What other stories have we heard about a wolf in? I wonder. Have a little think. The Biggest, Baddest Wolf. I am the greatest. Let me move up a bit. There. I am the greatest, howled Harum Scarum, admiring himself in the mirror as he brushed his bangs. I am the biggest, baddest, hairiest, scariest wolf in the city. Harum Scarum looked at his watch. Time for some fun, he said. Harum Scarum's idea of fun was to scare people. Well, he was the biggest, baddest, hairiest, scariest wolf in the city. Have I got everything, he wondered, patting his pockets. Money, sweets, Teddy. Whoops, where's my Teddy? Nobody knew that Harum Scarum had a teddy and that he couldn't go anywhere without him. Ah, there you are, he sighed, giving Teddy a big, wet, wolfy kiss. He put Teddy in his back pocket and went off happily. First stop was the park, where Harum Scarum had some fun scaring all the children playing on the swings. Run, little children, run, or I'll eat you up, he howled. He's not being very kind. Eek! Screamed the children and rushed away. I am the biggest, baddest, hairiest, scariest wolf in the city, he called after them. Harum Scarum moved on to the bus stop, where a group of old people were waiting. Run, old people, run, or I'll eat you up, he howled. Eek! They screamed and tottered all the way home. I am the biggest, baddest, hairiest, scariest wolf in the city, he called after them. He's scaring everyone. It's not very kind at all. Pigeon, it's not kind, is it? Very far away from me today, Pigeon. Let's move you. For the rest of the day, Harum Scarum worked very hard at scaring anyone he could. He startled a skateboarder, he petrified a builder, and he made a street juggler jump. This is fantastic, he cried. By the time he got home, he was so tired, he decided to go straight to bed. And that's when he discovered he'd lost Teddy. Oh no, he said, frantically searching his room. He looked here and there, but he couldn't find Teddy anywhere. Harum Scarum crawled sadly into bed. He tossed and turned, but he couldn't get to sleep without Teddy to cuddle. Maybe that's what's happening because he was so unkind. Now he's lost his Teddy. Good morning, Zoe and Faith Joy. The next morning, Harum Scarum was a nervous wreck. I must find my Teddy, he wailed, and hurried outside without even brushing his fangs. He paced the streets. Teddy! 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 He searched in every alleyway. Teddy! He looked high, Teddy, and he looked low, Teddy, but Teddy was nowhere to be seen. Finally, he arrived at the bus stop. Excuse me, have you seen my Teddy? He asked the old people. But as soon as they saw him, they tottered off home shouting, help! It's the biggest, baddest, hairiest, scariest wolf in the city. Do you think people are going to want to help Harum Scarum now? No, because he hasn't been very kind to them, has he? So maybe they don't want to help him now, which is a real shame. Harum Scarum went to the park. Excuse me, he began, but the little children all rushed off shouting, help! It's the biggest, baddest, hairiest, scariest wolf in the city. Harum Scarum sighed, and a tear rolled down his cheek. But just then he noticed one little boy left playing on his own, and he was playing with Harum Scarum's Teddy. He's got his Teddy. My Teddy, gasped Harum Scarum. My Teddy, said the little boy, finders keepers. Please give him back, Harum Scarum whimpered. I'm the biggest, baddest, hairiest, scariest wolf in the city. You don't look so scary to me, said the little boy. Please, cried Harum Scarum. I'd do anything to get my Teddy back. Do you promise to do exactly what you're told from now on? Smiled the little boy. Of course, he said. I wonder what he's going to make him do. The very next morning, after a good night's sleep, Harum Scarum brushed his fangs and patted his pockets. Whistling happily, he left home and went straight to the park. Hurry up, cried the little children. We're on the swings. Come and push us. Coming, smiled Harum Scarum. He trotted up to the children. Run, little children, run, or I'll eat you up. Eee! Cried the children, rushing off. You promised. Well, what did you expect? Chuckled Harum Scarum, hugging his Teddy. You should never trust the biggest, baddest, hairiest, scariest wolf in the city. So we shouldn't trust the wolf then. Now we know. That's not very kind, Scarab. That was the end of the book. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And that was The Biggest, Baddest Wolf. Okay, yesterday we said we were going to say good morning in Greek. We're going to practice in Greek again, okay? So good morning in Greek is kalimera. Can you say kalimera, Miss Lopez? Kalimera, everybody. Fantastic. Well done. So today we're going to read all 4 stories, and then maybe if we have time, we'll do a bit of phonics recap. But I thought today we could just enjoy some books. So the next book is called The Crocodile Who Didn't Like Water. Oh, that's very funny. A crocodile that doesn't like water. That's where they live, isn't it? Let's see. The Crocodile Who Didn't Like Water. Move it up so you can see the book. Once upon a time, there was a little crocodile. And this little crocodile didn't like water. He longed to play with his brothers and sisters, but they were far too busy with the swim club, and this little crocodile didn't like swim club. What he really liked was climbing trees, but nobody else did. It was lonely having nobody to play with, so the little crocodile made a decision. He had saved up his money from the tooth fairy, and he knew exactly what to buy with it. The next afternoon, he took his new rubber ring over to the water. Today, he would play with his brothers and sisters. That's clever. But he couldn't play ball or swim underwater. And although climbing the ladder was fun, he just didn't want to jump. But he didn't want to be alone, so he decided to try one last time. 1, 2, 2.5, 3, splosh. Glug, 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 glug. Help! Oh no, he didn't like that, did he? This little crocodile definitely hated water. It was cold, it was wet, and it was embarrassing. But then something strange happened. His nose began to tickle, and the tickle grew and grew and grew until... Achoo! What's come out? What's come out of his mouth? It's flames. Is he a crocodile? Does a crocodile breathe flames? No. This little crocodile didn't like water because he wasn't a crocodile at all. He was a dragon. Well done. He was a dragon, and this little dragon wasn't born to swim. He was born to breathe fire. And he was born to fly. He's reunited with his crocodile family. And then look, there's some eggs there, and she's reading a story called The Dragon Who Didn't Like Fire. Probably not a dragon at all. That was a lovely story, really. 1, 2, 3. The Crocodile Who Didn't Like Water. That was a super one. Our next book for today is Mad About Mega Beasts. So we've had Mad About Insects, we've had Commotion in the Ocean, we've had Rumble in the Jungle. These are fantastic books. Look how colourful they are. I love looking at all the pictures. Do you like looking at all the pictures? I bet you do. Mad About Mini Beasts. Some of us live on land and some of us live in the sea. Some of us are fierce and some are gentle as can be. Some of us like grass and leaves and others tasty plants. Some eat up whole animals without a second chance. But one thing that describes us all, by land or sea or air, is we're absolutely mega, so meet us if you dare. Look at who can you see already? Do you notice any ones that you know already? There might be some from our previous books. The woolly mammoth. I'm the woolly mammoth. I'm big and fat and hairy. And 100,000 years ago, no one was more scary. The emperor penguin. Oh, these are like mega animals, aren't they? We emperor penguins have got a great trick, which makes us chaps feel really pretty neat. While our wives go out hunting and looking for food, we watch out our chicks on our feet. Can you see the chicks on their feet? They're looking after them. I love that. The daddy's looking after the babies. Elephant seal. I've got this weird trunk at the end of my nose, but I just have to like it or lump it. I blow it to frighten my rivals away, a bit like a giant great trumpet. Giant squid. Oh, look at that giant squid. I've never seen a giant squid before. I've got giant eyeballs, 8 arms and a beak. My body weighs almost a ton. Of all the creatures down here in the deep, I must be the weirdest one. Sometimes it's good to be a little bit weird. Giant manta ray. Ah, wow, look at that manta ray. I glide like a bird through the water with wings that are silent and free. Of all other fish in the ocean, there's not one as graceful as me. That's a sound that I imagine when I think of him swimming around. Very graceful, big creature. The blue whale. We saw this in Commotion in the ocean. I'm the largest living mammal the planet's ever seen, cruising through the ocean like a giant submarine. He's very big, isn't he? Or she. Argentinosaurus. Argentinosaurus. I'm the largest dinosaur, the Argentinosaurus. I'm as big as 18 elephants, and that is enormous. Wow, 18 elephants. He must be huge. Having a hug with a python is something you shouldn't be doing. I'll squish you and squash you, then swallow you whole without even crunching or chewing. Wow, look at that python. Let's see how long he is. He's very long, isn't he? Wow, huge python. Ah, Saint Bernard. We've got one of the biggest dogs you can find. I am the giant Saint Bernard. No dog is bigger than me. My coat is all fluffy and furry and warm. Why don't you stroke it and see? Wow, so big. The buffalo. Oh, I like buffaloes. A buffalo's horns are all curvy and long, and we don't like to boast as a rule, but we're also ferocious and handsome and strong. Let's face it, we look pretty cool. Do you think they look cool? Yes, I do too. Or you might not think they look cool. The Siberian tiger. I'm the Siberian tiger, the largest big cat in the land. So don't try to stroke me or tickle or poke me, because I'll just bite off your hand. Huge Siberian tiger. Wow, look at this mega beast. Who's this? Yes, it's the brown bear. I'm the biggest of all the bears. I weigh just as much as 10 men. But when I feel dozy, I snuggle up cozy and cuddle my cubs in our den. So he can be really big. She can be really big and scary, but she could also be kind and gentle to her cubs. Isn't that lovely? So now you've met the mega beast, every single one. Some are pretty frightening, but some are rather fun. Some make scary noises like a bellow or a roar, and others you would cuddle if they came to your front door. Look. I think it's the biggest animal, the elephant is the biggest animal on land, Krista. Wow, look at all those animals. I love that you can see the Saint Bernard, the big Saint Bernard. And that was the end of our book. Are we ready to close? Oh, it wasn't the end. But all of them are pretty huge. I hope you were impressed. Which one was the scariest and which one did you like best? Which one did you like best? Oh, everyone likes different ones. Are we ready to close our book? 1, 2, 3. And that was Mad About Mini Beasts. Mad About Mini Beasts. Mega Beasts, sorry. Mega, not mini, mega. Let's go for our story. Our poem. Just need to grab the book. It's far away from me. Let's look for a poem for today. A poem a day keeps the sadness away. I go for how I'm feeling today, so I choose my poem depending on how I'm feeling today. Oh, Q for the zoo. I think this is good after we've just read about Mega Beasts. Q for the zoo. Oh no, there's a queue. What shall we do? Act like the animals in the zoo. Growl like the tiger, grizzle like bears, skip about like mad March hares, squirm like snakes and squeak like rats, flap our coats like vampire bats, jump as high as a kangaroo. I'm glad we're in a queue, aren't you? Look at them acting like animals. That's a funny poem. Okay, and our last book for today is it's actually a new one that I bought recently when I started doing my stories. So I haven't read it before. So let's see. I'm really excited. I'm just as excited as you are because it's a new book for me, and it's called The Squirrels Who Squabbled. Squirrels who squabble. I wonder if any of you sometimes squabble with your brothers or sisters or people in your house. I hope not, but maybe. The Squirrels Who Squabble. In a towering forest where summer had been, the cool air bit fresh and the mosses grew green. And as autumn edged in and the sky raged red, the sleepiest creatures got ready for bed. While up in the tree swung a flighty young squirrel, who everyone knew as Spontaneous Cyril. So there's our first character, Spontaneous Cyril. Now most foresty folk had seen to their needs through the plentiful months of mushrooms and seeds. They built up their stalls so they'd all be well fed through the frosting of winter that glittered ahead. But Cyril, he lived in the now and the here. Oh, bless me, got hay fever. He'd adventured and partied his way through the year, so his cupboard was empty, his hollow was bare. He hadn't a mouthful of food anywhere. But wait, what was that? Over there, take a look. A single lone pine cone wedged in a nook. He squealed with delight, and for a very good reason, for inside were the very last nuts of the season. It's going to get that. It's got his nuts inside. But Cyril wasn't alone. There were more hungry eyes. Yes, plan ahead Bruce had his sights on the prize. Though he'd gathered a mounting of bounty hard fought, Bruce was convinced he was one pine cone short. He's got so much and he thinks that he still needs one more. He's acting a little bit, how could we describe him? Greedy. He's being greedy. I simply must have it, he wistfully cried, as he dreamt of the fresh, juicy pine nuts inside. So as Cyril set off on his way to the ground, Bruce, he was also last pinecone bound. They sprinted and scurried with no time to gamble. They scratched at the bark in their scampering scramble. But their panic and haste shook the tips of the spruce, and the pinecone, it trembled, and then it came loose. It's mine, shouted Cyril. No, mine, hollered Bruce. You don't stand a chance. Give up. It's no use. I'm hungry, cried Cyril. This cone is not yours. Stay back, shouted Bruce. This cone's from my stores. It boinged over bushes and flew through the air. It binged on the nose of a slumbering bear. It bounced over boulders, then came to a stop. Then teetered and wobbled and quivered and plop. Both squirrels followed. Oh, the water was fast. Would they learn that they needed each other at last? But each was intent on how he could win, so they didn't quite notice a bird sweeping in. Oh, what's the bird going to do? Cyril and Bruce, they watched in dismay as their cone disappeared, up, and away. Come back, shouted Cyril. There are nuts, exclaimed Bruce, but all hope was gone. It was simply no use. And meanwhile they drifted right up to the ledge. Greed, it was driving them over the edge. Oh no, what's happened to them? Cyril and Bruce, they had taken a fall. They were paying the price for wanting it all. They squandered their chances to team up and share. Would their nutty young hopes simply end in despair? Bruised and bedraggled, they swept past dry land. Cyril grabbed a branch with a trembling hand. Catching Bruce with the other, he heaved and he huffed and dragged him to safety with panting and puffs. They stared at the sky, quite lost in deep thought, until Bruce looked at Cyril and let out a snort. How silly we are, he proclaimed, all a jiggle. How greedy I've been, sputtered Bruce with a giggle. We shall change from today, may the squabbling cease. We should celebrate seeing seeing each other in one piece. So now they're laughing, they're going to become friends. From that day and forwards, they made a great pair. They would gather together and found they could share. Yes, Cyril and Bruce, they knew in the end the best thing to share is a laugh with your friend. Ah, that's lovely. And remember we read The Koala Who Could. And I don't have this book, but maybe I'll get it. And that was the end. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And that was The Squirrels Who Squabbled. So let's have a quick look at our books for today. And maybe some people are going to watch this later on Instagram because we don't have a lot of people watching this morning. So I'll give you some ideas. So we read Mad About Mega Beasts, and you might want to create one of these mega beasts. Or if you are in year 1 or 2, you might want to write a poem about one of those mega beasts. We read The Crocodile Who Didn't Like Water. You might want to rewrite your own version or retell your own version of the dragon who didn't like water, and maybe make up a story. You can make an oral story rather than writing it down. The Biggest, Baddest Wolf, and The Squirrels Who Squabble. And I think that saying at the end is lovely, and maybe you can write that today and you can decorate around it. The best thing to share is a laugh with your friends. How lovely. You could write that down and maybe decorate it in a book, okay? Okay, so those were our books for today. I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to say bye-bye to Instagram because you can't see the letters, and I'm going to do 3 more minutes just to do some phonics on YouTube. See you later. Okay, so let's do a quick recap of our sounds from all the days that we've done already, okay? Are you ready? Get your phonics eyes ready. Show me good sitting. Show me good listening. Off we go. Oh, is that upside down? Off we go. A, ch, v, b, l, e, sh, f, qu, l, j, k, m, n, n, d, oh, g, I, k, s, y, o, k, w, x, r, s, z, f, t, a. Oh, those have sneaked in there. We haven't done those before. Superstars, well done. That was fantastic. And just before you go, I thought we could quickly go over some of the tricky words that, if you are in reception, hopefully you should know already. Okay, are we ready? The first one is, my turn, your turn, B. B. The next one is, oh, everyone should know this one, the. Next one, we did this last week. No. Next one, my. Go. To. And last one, into. Well done. I'm going to shuffle them up. Let's have a quick go through them. Are you ready? Off we go. My, well done. Go, well done. To, well done. Into, well done. Be, well done. The, well done. And no, fantastic. Wow, you've done a really good job this morning. I'm so proud of all of you. Thank you for joining my story time. I hope you enjoyed. That was just a quick little phonics. And remember, for those of you who joined us a little bit late, tomorrow we are going to do story time in our pajamas. We're going to have pajama morning. Okay, that was suggested by the older children that I read with, who I read with at 11 o'clock. So I am looking forward to that. I will be doing story time tomorrow and we'll be in our pajamas. I will see you tomorrow. Have a lovely rest of the day. And if you're joining us for Spanish today, we are doing Spanish at 2 o'clock today, my mummy and I. So I will see you then. Lots of love, lots of positive energy. Enjoy the rest of your day, superstars. See you later.